No. Poems can be any shape, any size. They can rhyme or not rhyme. When a poem doesn't rhyme, probably you're looking to make something like a little picture, or maybe it's a little process, a little thing that's happening. So that's one way to make them not poems. Maybe my poems, I do something like Chocolate Cake, and the reason why I think it's a poem is because it doesn't really have sentences, and there's also a pattern to it, so there's where I come round and repeat things. So instead of rhyme, you can say I'll have repeat. Repeat is a very useful way of thinking what you can put in a poem. So you can make anything repeat, and then things start to having a rhythm. I'm sitting on a chair. That's very boring. Now let's repeat it. I'm sitting on a chair. Now let's do it a bit more. I'm sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on a chair, and I'm looking all round. I'm sitting on a chair. And then you see you start to get another way to make a poem stick together. Or that one that of mine that I know has been made into a meme that goes like this. We sit down to eat and the potato's a bit hot, so I only put a little bit on my fork and I blow till it's cool, just cool, into the mouth. Nice. And there's my brother, he's doing the same, till it's cool, just cool, into the mouth. Nice. And there's my mum, she's doing the same, till it's cool, just cool, into the mouth. Nice. But my dad, what does he do? He stuffs a great big chunk of potato into his mouth, and that really does it. His eyes pop out, he blows, he puffs, he yells, he bobs his head up and down. He even spits bits of potato onto the plate, and he turns to us and he says, "Watch out, everybody, the potato's really hot." Well, we knew that anyway, didn't we? Now, that poem, you see, it doesn't rhyme, but it repeats. That little bit that's been cut out and made into a GIF or a meme, all right? That's the bit that repeats. So you can do that. You can make a little bit in a poem that repeats, and it doesn't have to rhyme. Chocolate cake. When I was a boy, I had a favourite treat. It was when my mum made chocolate cake. Oh, I loved chocolate cake. My mum, she says to me, "Listen, Michael, if there's any chocolate cake left over at the end of the day, you can take some to school tomorrow to have at playtime or at lunchtime." So I used to go to school with a piece of chocolate cake in my little box, and I'd be walking to school. Yeah, it's in there, I know it, yeah. And I'd get to school, and it would be playtime or lunchtime, and I'd open up the box, take it out. What's it? You got a chocolate cake. Open up the paper. Look at it. Oh, gonna get it. Yeah, I love it. Well, look at it. Yeah. I loved my mum's chocolate cake, yes. And one time there was some chocolate cake left over at the end of the day, and I went to bed and I was fast asleep. And then in the middle of the night I woke up and I thought, chocolate cake. Maybe I could go downstairs and have a little look at it. No one would know. So I got up out of the bed. Shh, I mustn't wake my brother up. Along the passage, careful not to tread on the creaky floorboard outside Mum and Dad's bedroom, because if they wake up and find me, I'll be in big trouble, so really quiet. Are they still asleep? Yes. Okay. Along the passage, down the stairs, into the kitchen, open the cupboard, and yeah, there it is. Can I take it out? Just have a little look at it. Yeah. Well, and then I notice some little crumbs on the plate. So I think if I lick the end of my finger, I could pick up some of those crumbs, and no one would know anything about it.
Oh yeah, look at that, a little sort of sticky bit on there. And then I notice on the side of the cake there's some little crumbly bits just falling off. So I think if I take a knife, I could just tidy it up a little bit. No one would notice. Scrunch it all together, and there's the crumbly bits and the sticky bits, and it's all going to go in there. Yeah, belly. And then I notice that as I've tidied it up a little bit over here, then maybe I could just even it up a bit over here. So I take the knife again, and this time through the crispy icing on the top, through the squashy icing in the middle, and I've got a whole slice this time. Yeah, and it's all going to go in there. It's a belly. And now I got the taste of it in my mouth, and I can't stop myself, so I go, and I got all these slices, and I can't stop myself. Oh no, it's all gone. Oh no, they're bound to notice now. A whole chocolate cake doesn't just disappear. What am I going to do? I know. I'll wash up the plate and the knife, and they won't know anything about it. Good thinking. Take the plate and the knife and wash it up. Shh, really quiet. Shh. Wash up the plate. Shh. And the knife. Shh. Shh. And don't forget to dry up. Get the cloth. And don't forget the knife. And don't forget to put them away. Plate in the cupboard. And the knife in the drawer. And back up to bed. Shh. Up the stairs. Along the passage. Now I know where the creaky floorboard is now, so all I've got to do is tread over it, because if I tread on it and it makes a noise, I am dead. Careful now. Are they still asleep? Yes, it's okay. Into the bedroom, into bed, under the covers. Nice warm feeling, chocolate cake in my belly, goody. And I go to sleep. In the morning I get up and I go downstairs and I'm having my breakfast. And Mum is busy over there and she's busy over there. And then she says, "Oh, Michael, don't forget your book folder." She hands me my book folder. And I'm busy having my breakfast. She's busy over there. She's busy over there. And then she says, "Oh, Michael, there's something else. There's something nice. There's some chocolate cake left over from yesterday for you to take to school today." And I went, "Right, yeah." And she says, "What's the matter? You usually jump at the idea of having chocolate cake." And I went, "No, it's all right. It's okay." And she's looking at me very closely, just here. And she says, "What's that?" And I said, "What's what?" She said, "It's not chocolate cake, is it?" And I said, "Oh." And she went over to the cupboard. It's gone. The chocolate cake's gone. You haven't eaten the whole of the rest of the chocolate cake, have you? And I said, "I don't know." "You don't know," she said. "You don't know? I don't believe a word of it. Now, off you go to school. No, before you go to school, go upstairs to the bathroom and wash your dirty, sticky face." I went upstairs to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I saw it. Just there. Chocolate smudge. Chocolate blob. And I looked at it and I thought, maybe next time we have chocolate cake, she'll forget about it. Do you think she will? Have you ever looked in Keith's cupboard? You ought to. You've never seen anything like Keith's cupboard. Let's go over to Keith's place and look in Keith's cupboard. So, when you get to Keith's place, you say, "Can we play with your garage?" And he says, "No." So we say, "Can we play in your tent?" And he says, "No." So you say, "Can we play with your crane?" And he says, "No." So you go up to Keith's mum and you say, "Can we play in Keith's tent?" And she says, Keith, why don't you get the tent out?" "Okay," says Keith, and he starts going over to the cupboard. Keith's cupboard. He opens it and, phew, you've never seen anything like Keith's cupboard. In it, there's trucks and garages and tents and cranes and forts and bikes and puppets and games and models and superhero suits and hats, and he never plays with any of it. They keep buying him all this stuff, and he never plays with it. Day after day after day, it all sits in Keith's cupboard. You ought to go over to his place sometime and have a look. Keith's cupboard. Phew. Now, it would be great if you subscribed. That is, you become a subscriber. Look out for the subscribe button. What happens, you see, is that I make new vids every few months, and then I post them up one a week. So if you subscribe, you get to see the new ones just as they come hot off the press. Eeeew.